Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I would like to, that was the Miss Lauren Hill, the Miss Education of Lauren Hill. Actually, I never heard that song before. That's crazy, right? I never heard that song before. When I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, that's the song. So shout out to Miss Lauren Hill on always being wise and always, spreading knowledge and telling it like it is. I would like to thank all of my Tea Time with Bunky followers and subscribers, those that have been there from the beginning, those that are new to Tea Time. Welcome. Enjoy the ride. Shout out to VGN Village Global Network, which I'm a part of now, and it's a big deal, especially for somebody like me. It's a big deal. For anybody who misses the live show tonight, if you missed the live video, make sure you download Zeno FM, and you can catch Tea Time with Bunky on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on LLR Ohio, the Tattoo Shop Radio, Sasquatch Boot Hill Radio, Cuzzo FM Radio, and on Friday mornings at 8:30 a.m. you can catch me on WAP the Music FM, Culture Shock Radio, Southern Soul Gold Radio, and my new addition. If you were here last week, you heard that I am now on Confidence Radio. And that's when I did the ugly cry, because that right there is everything. So make sure you download that, tell a friend, it's a totally different experience. So, and also make sure you go, for those that are on Facebook and Instagram, go follow the VGN, the Village Global Network. I'm telling you, it's more than just a podcast. It's a one-stop shop. You go there, whatever you need, I'm telling you, you're going to find it there. So the VGN on Facebook and Instagram. My guest tonight, see if I can say her name right. I mean, no, say it the way, because she's mellow, Miss Enjoli of Enjoli Soul Sense. This woman was sent to me through one of the villagers. Shout out to Samantha. And she's she's so mellow. She has a podcast, she has brands, body stuff, and her podcast. Let me tell you, her podcast. I went to her podcast. Let me get this up here. I went to her podcast. In Jolie's point of view, and her voice just captured me. I was like, what? Like, she's so calm, and just she draws you in. So what she's doing totally fits her. It totally fits her. So, but you know what? Without further ado, I want y'all to meet Miss Enjoli.
Hello.
Hi, lady.
Hello. Peace, everyone. I'm sending major love and light to each and every one of you. So, my name is Enjoli, and
Enjoli. No, I
yes,
messed it up.
it's okay, but I love it. I love it. The energy behind it, I appreciate it. So, I'm the owner and founder of Enjoli Soul Sense LLC, holistic spiritual aromatherapy shop. I am also a certified Reiki master practitioner level 2, as well as a Native American herbalist certified, a crystal healer, alchemist, element healer, and I'm also in school right now for my 200 hours on my Kundalini yoga instructor. And once I'm certified and pass those classes, I will be certified as a yoga instructor in the United States as well as India. So I'm really excited about that, and we can talk about that later. But
Yeah,
yes.
we're going to talk about, because we talked about it a little bit last night, and I was like, wait, we got to talk about that on the show. And you talked about, once you become an instructor, you'll be certified in India and
And America. Yep.
in America. And like I told you, this show airs in 4 countries.
Right.
And
You
so,
did.
you got France, you got Germany, you got
Oui.
Canada, and you got so all these people are going to hear about you and your product. Now, let me ask you, because I was curious. I didn't ask you yesterday. What is an alchemist? I never heard of that. What is that?
So, alchemist is based, well, let me tell you what alchemy is. So,
Yes.
alchemy is basically an ancient practice that involves the study of nature and its transformations. So, basically, it's anyone curious to want to know how the world works, why it works like that, and how can I either manipulate it, make it better, or figure it out a different way myself. But there's multiple aspects to alchemy. It's trying to find the fountain of youth, it's trying to find um, just cures and answers, but then there's also the spiritual aspect of it, the spiritual awakening, the spiritual involvement. And that's why I decided to learn alchemy in the first place.
So the
So,
fountain of youth is a real thing. That's a real thing. Well, according to people, that's a real
well,
thing.
I haven't found it, but there's many texts on it being very much real, and I'm sure the government knows that. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, 'cause I'm like, is it a real fountain? Like what? That
um,
it can't be.
they say it's a body of water, and if you submerge yourself in the water, you are immortal. If you drink it, you're immortal. Yeah. It's okay. A
They
good
do it too
example
much.
of the Fountain of Youth. If anybody has Amazon Prime, go watch The Mummy 3 when the woman, but you'll see it. Watch The Mummy 3, and that's the basic view of what the Fountain of Youth can do,
Oh,
or where it is. So that's a good movie to watch if you're interested about that.
okay. That's kind of nuts to me. I'm like, okay, but now,
But the reason why I decided to learn and get engulfed with alchemy is because I wanted to transmute my pain, my frustration, my illness into a positive. I wanted to have abundance, strength, health, unconditional self love, things in that matter. So I knew I had to do shadow work. I knew I had to do a deep calcination in order to receive that rebirth that I was looking for, if you will,
what is
you
that?
know?
What?
So basically,
Because you're gonna say a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be like, what is that? I don't
no,
know.
I can definitely explain. So when alchemy came to me, I was getting out of a relationship, a romantic and a platonic one that, I was with these people for years. But
Okay.
I was in a chapter in my life where I no longer could carry them with me, if that makes
Mhm.
sense to you.
It makes sense.
And I was at a point
That
where
weight.
I had so much baggage within self that I didn't know how to release it in a positive way.
Okay.
And I wanted to release it in a positive way so I don't have to deal with it anymore. I can heal. So,
Right.
alchemy is basically taking accountability, breaking down the compartments of yourself, how you think, how you handle situations, taking accountability for your actions and when things go wrong or chaotic in your life. Really looking at yourself in the mirror, the ugliest parts of you, and accepting that, working through it, feeling the emotions, whether you're crying, whether you're burning stuff, whether you're dancing, chanting, it's all a part of alchemy, and it's all a part of a spiritual awakening, a spiritual rebirth in a sense. So, alchemy for me was that aspect. Now, for others, it can mean so many things because, once again, I told you, alchemy is very broad. But
Okay.
pertaining to me and what I do for my company, I wanted to learn how to break down trauma, not just my trauma, but generational trauma,
Hmm.
DNA trauma,
Yeah.
because
Because it's real.
it is real.
It's
It
real.
is. What the mother feels, what the father feels when they conceive, what the mother goes through during birth, the two DNAs coming together and creating a being that's already chaotic at times. So it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with and process. And being in the stage in my life that I was at a point where I no longer wanted to feel like this. I no longer wanted to hold people's energy. I didn't want to be this vault of negativity, you know?
Hmm.
So I started to do the work. I had my solitude. I had my journals, multiple journals, because you're going to
Hmm.
need to write.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Right. You're going to have
And I
to,
write in color.
you're going to have to
Yeah.
write some, detailed things in that journal and then read it to yourself out loud and burn it and release it into the wind.
Now,
You're
see,
going
I
to,
never did that.
and that's
That I
so,
never did.
and that's the part of calcination because that's fire. That's using the fire aspect to burn and heal and renew and restore. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a very sacred process. But once you're in that process and you're really putting your best foot forward, you will see the results. You will feel lighter, you will feel more happier,
Hmm.
and you won't be triggered so easily in your day-to-day life. I can say that.
I got to burn them journals. I got to get me to a fire pit or something. I never that I never knew. I never knew that. Okay, so I jumped into that, and I didn't mean to jump into that. Let's rewind it now. Tell the people what you told me what you did before you got into this. Let's get into your journey before
Okay,
it's like
absolutely.
it's a
So
difference here.
it is a difference. So for all my life, pretty much, I've been in the childcare system. I started out as a neighborhood babysitter. After high school, I became a private nanny. By like 1920, I was like, you know what? I can do this full time. I went to school, got my degree for early childhood development, and I was a preschool teacher for the past 7.5 years. And I pretty much retired myself
Hmm.
last last October because it wasn't aligned with my purpose anymore. And I
Hmm.
love children, and I still do. And if any of my old parents call me to babysit, I am there. I love my kids.
Oh,
But
what?
I had to choose because childcare it's an energetic field. I'm pouring life into multiple beings, not just one kid.
Hmm.
I'm the lead teacher in my classroom. I have one assistant, so she's helpful, but I'm still delegating everything. So it was a lot. So when I had a panic attack late August last year, and I was rushed to the hospital, I was like, you know what, I can't, I'm stressing myself out. I'm overwhelmed. Doing Soul Sense and doing childcare, like parent teacher conference, portfolios, teaching, uh, everything, like potty training, because they're still in preschool. Some are, some aren't.
Right.
So I'm the classroom nurse, doctor, teacher, scientist, man. I'm everything.
When did Soul Sense come about, though?
So
Like, when did you
since
start?
I
And tell
started,
people what that is,
oh,
because there's
absolutely. So
a
yes,
little.
we are jumping about, but I
I want to
love
get to
it.
that cleanse and stuff.
So like I said, I own a holistic spiritual aromatherapy company. I started this company mid-pandemic because I was dealing with separation anxiety and panic attacks. Um, like I said, I was a preschool teacher all my life, pretty much. I was with children all my life, pretty much 6 days a week. So when COVID sat the whole world down, it was really out of my norm to just be still. And I was having a lot of panic attacks at home. And being that I don't take man made medication um, for the past 8.5 years, I was like, you know what, I got to figure this out. So I decided to take a course in aromatherapy and combine the two. And
Mhm.
once I finished the course, I started to become a scientist or a chemist, as you say, in my home, experimenting with different cold pressed essential oils, just seeing how my brain processes the scent and seeing how it processes or produces, should I say, natural serotonin, dopamine, or melatonin.
Okay.
So I have anxiety, insomnia, and depression relief candles. They're all infused with organic soy wax, cold pressed essential oils, dry flowers, and mini chakra healing crystals. I actually have one here because I wanted to show you.
Uh-huh.
So
And
I'm
it's
gonna pop
purple.
the top, and this one is sweet orange, and this is for anxiety relief. So I have dry lilies in there, mini chakra healing gemstones, and an organic maple wooden wick. So I really love this because it's toxic free, it burns slow, and you also get that beautiful crackling sound with your candle.
It's pretty. It's really
Thank you.
pretty. It
Thank
is.
you.
And the citrus, I can tell how that would
Yes.
do.
So
Yeah.
it really sends waves to your neurotransmitters, and it really helps with the dopamine. No, no, with the serotonin, I mean.
Okay.
And a lot of people who don't normally like candles prefer sweet orange. And I've noticed that just with my in-person sales.
Uh-huh. Because you
But
do
yeah,
pop-up shops and stuff.
oh, I do pop-up shops every single weekend. Indoors, outdoors, rain or snow. It's if it's going on, I'm there. I actually have a pop-up shop this Saturday in Hoboken, New Jersey at the Historical Museum. So
I'm
if
getting
you're
ready
in
to
town, I'm
share this.
around.
And you can order her stuff online. I'm going to put up her website. Here we
Absolutely.
go.
But
That's
I
the
also
website.
have so many things. So let me explain my shop. So I also struggled with fertility issues through my whole early 20s.
Mhm.
Um, and I was pretty much diagnosed with fertility problems at 26. And that came about because I was um, bleeding for 7 days at a time, or if I wasn't bleeding 7 days at a time, I'm bleeding or having clots, which is not normal for a woman because if you, of course, if you bleed too much or bleed too heavy constantly, you can bleed out. You can either die in your sleep, you can pass out. So many things can happen. So one night I was feeling really sick and I went to the doctor and she was like, I went to the emergency room, excuse me. And she was like, oh my God, we're so glad you came in. You've been losing a lot of blood. How long has this been going on? Da, da, da. So I was like, for a couple of months, and that's when I found out that I had that issue. And I had some fibroids and cysts on my womb. So instantly, being doctors, they wanted to put me on birth control.
Mhm.
They thought that birth control can regulate my natural hormones, which I was totally against because I've had my dealings with birth control in the early teen state and it didn't do any justice for my body. And I
Okay.
had really negative side effects. So I told my doctor, I said, listen, give me 3 months to regulate myself. And if I come back in 3 months and the sonogram still shows this, I will look into some suggestions that you suggested. But
Mhm.
that wasn't the case because I knew what I was going to do was going to work. It was just a matter of time being consistent with it because it is natural remedies, it is herbs. So they do take a little bit longer to work in certain aspects of the body, especially if your body is in a heavy toxic state. If you are
Mhm.
not a person who detoxes every 30 days, I'm sorry, or every 6 months or once a year. So it works differently. But because I was already in a healthy state, I just was having those issues with my wound area. I started to steam twice a week.
I was
So
going
I
to
don't,
ask you about that
yes,
because
yes.
yeah, because I heard about that for the first time um, with my cousin Yana was on, and
So
I had no clue.
So these are my yoni steam packages for fibroids and fallopians, right?
And that's
Fallopian
totally on
fibroids.
your page because I saw it with the
Yes.
pot, with the pot.
Absolutely. So this is my yoni steam pan. This is perfect for your toilet seat. It fits every toilet seat in the US. Do not worry.
You know what
But
that
yes,
looks like? You probably wouldn't know, but it
it's
reminds
a sits pan. It's
yeah, I'm like
exactly
it
as
reminds
it
me of
is.
when I had my kids and they give you that in the hospital. That's exact.
It's exactly what it is. But
Okay.
I'm going to get into a little bit of the history of yoni steaming and the benefits and things like that. So yoni steaming is a gentle yet powerful homeopathic way to treat yourself.
Mhm.
It's it's phenomenal how fast it works. It's phenomenal the benefits you feel in your whole body. And I'm just going to go into it some more. So, us being women, we deal with so much. We got our menstrual, we have childbirth, we have vaginal infections at times, problems that are not new to us. But the yoni steam ritual has been practiced from women from all over the world, from Asia, Africa, Central America. Um, this sacred spiritual steam is a beautiful way to really connect to your higher self, to your
Really?
soul. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Most women think, oh, I've had my menstrual cycle, I'm good, I'm cleaned out. That's just part one. That's just your body letting you know, okay, something's going on, I'm cleaning it out, but check on it, you know? No, but I mean, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, most women don't know, but it's so much mucus after your cycle that needs to come out.
So wait,
So,
wait, 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 wait. Okay, so wait. Oh, okay. So you sit on this pot,
yes, you sit on
and
your yoni steam
so
pan.
it mm, so it flushes out your system. Like,
So,
that's it? Or does it
so
solve it? Like, how? I'm not ready for this. Oh my god.
So this is a steaming ritual, okay? So
Okay.
you are going to boil 2 to 4 cups of water, right? You
Okay.
are going to pour a half a bag of your Soul Sense package, whether it's for BV yeast, fertility prep, or the fibroids, because I have 3 different yoni steam blends. Okay, so you're gonna pour half a bag. Sometimes, well, I recommend 1/4 of a cup. Perfect. That's a perfect amount. You pour those herbs in your sitz pan, if you want to call it that. And you pour your water and you let that marinate for about 5 to 6 minutes. Of course, you use your wrist part and you just wave it over the water to see if the temperature is right for you. And then you sit down. You can either have a yoni steam gown on, or I don't have a gown, so I just use my towel, like my throw towel. Whoop,
Mhm.
I'll
Mhm.
I'll just drape it right across my thighs to lock in the heat, and I'll
Uh-huh.
steam for about 15 to 30 minutes. Or sometimes I'll just steam until the water gets cold, and that's about 45 minutes. But my leg starts to go to sleep around 35, so 15 to 30 minutes is pretty good, and it's very
That's
effective. Okay,
okay. Right.
so the yoni steam removes toxins in the body. It regulates your menstrual cycle. It helps with cramping, okay, and bloating. Okay, it helps with odor. If people are having pH balance issues, which are calling like iron or copper or musty or fishy smells, it really helps with that. And be consistent. So if you are struggling with these problems, especially BV and yeast, which is very common, because a lot of women love seafood, and seafood really gives BV and yeast heavy. It just festers up in there.
Mhm.
And dairy too. So if you're heavy on the cheese and the milk, that's it's bound to get cakey down there, ladies.
Oh
So
God. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, we're talking. This is true.
Yeah, that's
No,
that's yeah, I hear you. That's
it's true. Let's fix it.
let's
And
let's
knowledge is power.
see. I would have went to the doctor.
Yes, but then they're giving you steroids. Most
Right.
of the time, those creams are steroids.
Right.
So that's a temporary fix. And now you're having major side effects because now your body, once again, is like, what is this foreign object that you're
Right.
putting in a self cleaning area?
Self
Try,
cleaning. Okay.
yeah.
No, like an oven. You're right. You're right. The body is
So
amazing.
now your immune system is combating the hormones and the extra medicines that they're putting in this cream that you're putting on you, or the medicine.
Hmm.
It's just not good because it's going to come back, and it's going to come back more aggressive. versus if you're steaming twice a week, it's not coming back. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
consistent. You're going to see results,
And
and you're
it's
going to want
natural.
to keep it in your daily routine of health because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything, and it fixes so much. So
Okay.
why not? So not only does it promote healing of damaged vagina tissues. So a lot of times, natural birth, um, rape trauma, things like that, even rough penetration, the vagina tissues, sorry, are very thin
Hmm.
and they tear very easily and they can tear in multiple layers. So without healing of that, not only are you weakening your vagina walls and your tissues because it's no healing, there's no proper circulation of blood to promote self-healing, self-cleaning
Hmm.
in your portal, in your yoni, you know? Not only does it detoxify the wound, it helps you release excess waste. So, like I'm saying, after your menstrual, that's just part one. You
Hmm.
want to get everything out, okay? Or at least get your body regulated to starting to, regulate yourself in a healthy flow of just getting everything out in your cycle. But
Hmm.
if you're backed up, your body is not in a healthy flow. And
Okay.
that's just the gist of it.
Okay, but wait, because we got a lot to talk about, and I want to, and we don't have that much time, and I want to
Okay.
get to all your products because
Okay.
I want to talk about this Clint.
The full body detox. It's a 10-day full body detox. And this full body detox is a jump start. Um, it's pretty much a jump start into veganism. So a lot of people who struggle with eating meat or just being disciplined about their intake with foods that are not beneficial for them, this is really good. So on top of jump starting to veganism, you're getting a colon cleanse, you're cleansing your blood, okay? You're losing weight, you're reversing certain diseases such as diabetes, um, Alzheimer's, dementia. This is possible,
Mhm.
and I've heard wonderful things so far. And I've done this detox 2 times in my life. My sister has done it, her wife has done it. So I know it works. And now I've sold about 50. So I've been getting nothing but positive reviews.
And it's a
Of course,
full 10 days.
it's full 10 days, and you cannot substitute anything on the menu unless you're allergic. Please contact me. But all the substitutes are in the detox program. The time you got your shopping list, you got your meal plan, you have questions and answers that are
Okay.
common, you have your substitutes, okay, you have your affirmations as well. Okay, and then that's about it. And then you have access to me 24/7 once you buy the
That.
detox.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. That's I can't the detox and the yoni pot all at one time. You're just cleaning everything.
Well,
That's a lot. That's.
I come from a family where diabetes and cancer and high blood pressure is very, very common.
Mhm.
So being African and Cherokee Indian, they like to eat. We like spices, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a balance. And I didn't really grow up with a balance. It
Mhm.
was fried chicken on Friday, pork chops Tuesday, and I knew
Sounds so
that
good.
wasn't, right,
So
with a side of vegetables. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right. Vegetables were an option. It's like
right, right. It was a
yeah,
side. It wasn't the main. But
right.
I just started seeing like my grandmother health decline like around her 60s and 70s, and she passed um, in her 80s, well, in her 80th. And she died from lung cancer. And I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I know the grandma
It's
thing. Like I
so yeah, I made a vow to myself to keep my body healthy because I only have one,
right.
and learn how to feed it, how to nurture it, how to listen to it because your body speaks to you.
Yeah.
We're so busy and we're so distracted that we don't sit still and we don't really meditate and get that time with self, you
Yeah.
know. But your body gives you major signals. And I tell people a lot, you're sick in the spiritual before you're sick in the physical. So your body gives you major signs before you get sick in the physical, like cancer, ulcers, hernias, things like that. Like, so it's about, you know, grounding yourself, becoming one with yourself, but it's also learning how to eat right, learning when to fast, learning how to combine certain fruits and vegetables together because they all don't go together. Some X each other out, you know? So that was my goal to learn, like how to be healthy and teach my family so we can live long and live
Right.
a good life with no man-made medication and no problems. So,
So
yeah,
when did all of this, like, okay, you said you had the panic attack, right? You had the panic
that was in
attack.
August
And
last
it
summer.
changed your journey. But when did you become so focused on the holistic natural? Were you all you said you didn't grow up like this. So when did it all
No.
come to a
So
head, to say?
it became really heavy. Like I've always dabbled in it from like 21, but
Okay.
around 23, no, I'm sorry, 22, it became heavy because that's when my grandma, around the time she got sick, and I was looking for alternative ways to combat the lung cancer in the stage
Mhm.
that she was in. And I did find a cure, and I found out it was 1,500 milligrams of pure THC, but it had to be shot in the heart and it had to be done by a doctor. And I
Shots?
read, hmm injected in the heart.
Mhm.
Um,
Wow.
so I read this article and it was based out in Colombia. I don't remember who wrote the article, but I shared it to a couple of family members and I was like, you know, this is not cheap. And if you know we want to help grandma, I need some help. And nobody thought it would work. They like, no, the doctors are just gonna keep draining her lungs and this and that. I'm like, but that's hurting her, and they
Mhm.
keep filling up. That's not a cure. Like
Right.
that's not.
It's a temporary fix.
Yes, and a
Right.
painful fix, you
Wow.
know.
So your grandmother was the motive. She was the motive for all of this.
She put the extra
Basically, the
battery
catalyst.
in my back when she
Yeah.
passed because like a couple of months after she passed, I believe, oh my gosh, I forgot the school, but a medical journal released an article about THC being a cure or a combative drug for lung cancer, right? I was furious. I was furious. I sent the article to everybody. Everybody.
Mhm.
I said you didn't believe me because I didn't spend 10 years in
Medical
school.
school. Right.
Are you serious? I said, and this just dropped 3 months after she passed. You know what I mean? So I was also in a space, but I'm like, they're not gonna believe me until I show them.
Mhm.
So it was not only was it my grandma's death, but it was like, oh, you don't believe me because I'm not certified in something. You want to
Mhm.
see paper, not me
Uh,
just reading. No, but that's what it is too.
right.
Because
Right.
I went to college twice. I taught myself that. All my
Mhm.
professor said was read these chapters. You got this test tomorrow. Is that not me teaching myself?
It is.
Okay, so then it's like I got so frustrated.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna study. I'm going to test what I'm learning and on me first and on,
Mhm.
my significant other. And these things work. I've done homeopathic healing on my 15-year-old Tibetan Shih Tzu. I
Is that the
do
Reiki? Is that
Reiki. I do
Reiki?
Reiki. I
I say
do
everything wrong.
well, homeopathic healing is so much things. It's a combined of herbs, tinctures, Reiki, singing bowl therapy. I do
That's cool. Bold.
crystal healing, so it's a lot of things. But this is my man. He's been with me since I was 17. I had my dog. And I'll be 30 in July. So that's some years. And I didn't get him as a puppy. He was gifted to me semi-grown. So he's
Oh, so he's
he's
old. Old dog.
yes.
But
But
that's your baby. That's
but no one can tell. I take him to the vet. The only thing wrong because of the breed he is like an ear infection, which is a constant thing because the flop ears, so it's the
Mhm.
moisture.
Okay.
But I'm working on a pet line now, so it's gonna be fine.
Well, you just doing you're doing everything. Now you also do the sea moss. Sea moss.
Yes. So I have three different types of sea moss gel. I have golden iris sea moss, which is the yellow one. I have
Mhm.
purple sea moss, which of course is purple. And I have full spectrum sea moss, which is a combination of the iris, the purple, green, and yeah, that's about it.
And this
So
right here, that stuff is supposed to do everything.
yes,
From
so
everything I heard about it.
CMOS, I can attest to that. And like I said, I try everything on me first before I
Mhm.
push it to the public so that I am knowledgeable about it and I can have proper facts.
Mhm.
So I've been taking CMOS for 6 years, 6 or 7 years now. And I can definitely say on my journey, like to health and weight loss and just balancing myself, it's been a number one hitter. Not only does it provide 92 minerals out of 102 minerals that the body needs to fight off illnesses and disease, it boosts your immune system, okay? It boosts your energy levels in your body, it regulates your hormones,
Mhm.
okay? It helps with anxiety, depression, and insomnia. It helps with alopecia. It helps with cancer recovery, diabetes, erectile dysfunction, and all wound problems. So reproductive areas a plus. This really helps. But let me get to the weight loss thing. So I'm working on my recipe book for my smoothie line for the sea moss gel because a lot of people love my reels on Instagram with me making my meal replacement smoothies with my different sea moss gels.
The
So
meal
sea moss
replacement.
is really good because not only is it a superfood, it's a natural sea algae and it's a gelatin. So it pretty much makes you feel full faster.
Oh,
Right.
okay. So that'll
So
help
it
with the
right. So it curves your
oh,
appetite. So not only does it curve your appetite, it stops your body from sending your brain signals that you're craving like salt and sugar because these are emotional,
never knew that.
responses.
Never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, so sea moss is really good with like weight control. It helps with tightening up your skin. It helps with moisturizing the skin. Like, look, like I don't wear makeup.
Me neither.
And like some people
This
be
is
like, oh
so
my
look
God,
twisted.
some girls ask me like, oh, what foundation you have on? I'm like, this is my skin. I just, I
Right.
use my soap. I use all three soaps that I make, and
Oh, three?
I have three different types. Sorry.
Okay. The mosses and like what?
I have shea butter sea moss soap, I have raw honey turmeric soap, and I have papaya soap.
And these are all on your webpage.
Everything is on my site.
And you make all of this stuff.
Everything I make by hand.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And that's why people be like, "Oh, you going out? Going out where? I got product to make every day. I don't own no factory. I don't have no factory. It's me, baby.
In the
It's no
kitchen.
Amazon, it's no Etsy factories, nothing."
Okay.
But yeah, CMOS is really good too. So I have a lot of clients that deal with sciatica
Uh-huh.
and chemo recovery. So I always suggest to them before even going into chemo, try a full body detox first. Okay.
Now, wait, before they come to you with the holistic approach though, they've seen the doctor,
They
right?
already seen the doctor, of
Okay,
course.
because I am pro
No, no, no.
medical. Okay.
I would never tell anyone not to go to the doctor. I would never because I want the details. I need to know exactly what I'm coming in and how I can help or combat what's going on.
Mhm.
So more information, the better. And they went to school for what they know, and I went to school for what I know. So more knowledge is the better
Right.
for all of us.
Yeah, because
So
I
I
know a lot
wouldn't.
of people that have had cancer and they do they change their diet, they start the natural thing. I mean, they didn't survive it, but it did helped with so many. It prolonged some people's lives, and it helped with a lot of other symptoms. It like
Mhm.
really helped.
But
It
that's what
it,
I'm
it did
saying. If you
that
if you
natural.
start early, you don't have to wait. If you don't have to worry when it's
I'm trying
there.
to see moss. I can't promise all them detoxing things. I
No, I listen, I tell
smells
people
good, but I'm
the good thing about, I'm sorry, the good thing about the detox, when you buy it, it's a digital copy. So you download it to your phone, your computer, you have it forever. Do it when you feel,
because I'm like
you know?
that's dedication
You
right
have
there.
to. Like the
That's
first time I did it, you know, I didn't stick it through. By day 3, I was starving. Like I was starving and I could smell everything. I could smell food from down the block. I could hear everything because your senses start to heighten. I
oh my.
was so aggravated.
You was hungry.
Like
You were
I
hungry.
was so hungry and I was still going to work. I was still teaching
Mhm.
and I'm working 8 hours. I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm doing this with the kids. I'm hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but the second time I was on vacation, I didn't
Mhm.
have to go to work. I was home. I was on my pace, my time, and I busted out. I lost about after the 10 days, I lost 23 pounds, and that was just waste, water,
Oh wow.
waste, you name it, mucus, a little bit of parasites. It
Yeah,
was
you mentioned the parasites. Now,
yes. I
do
have
you
a
actually see these things? You see
Yes, Queen. Yeah. Oh my God. So I have
it's
it's not on
scary.
my website yet.
It's
It's not on my
scary.
website yet, but I have a parasite detox. It's a drink.
Uh-huh.
16 ounces. It works in 2 hours, depending on your system. It'll kick
Okay.
in within 2 hours. But this is brutal. It's brutal.
Ooh, so
It tastes I tell people it's worm, it's mugwort, it's bladderwrack, and I forget the last one. But those two have such earthy, a earthy dirt taste. That's all I could. It
it's like
takes me
drinking
like I
dirt.
have to. Yes, I have to hold my nose
Oh wow.
and drink it. You
And it's
understand?
only 16 ounces, but it seems like a lot.
It's in a mason jar, but it's a lot because the earthy taste and because we're so programmed to eat by taste and smell, that
Mhm.
would turn us off. That would turn anyone off. But the benefits, let me tell you, once you do drink that whole 16 ounce of the parasite detox,
You're so excited.
about 2 hours later, once it kicks in, your stomach is going to feel like it flipped upside down. You're going to be in the bathroom about 2 to 12 times within about 4 to 8 hour span. So I always tell people when you're doing these detox, make sure it's the weekend. Don't go nowhere. Prep properly. Have things in your house. You don't want to go out and then your stomach plays you while you're in the car, because
Please you.
it's it's gonna come out because your body is purging and it's some muscles become very loose. So you do not want to play yourself in your leather seats or your suede seats.
Love seats. Oh my God.
Stay home, people, please, and do
Oh,
this
God.
detox. So you're going to use the bathroom that much. You're definitely going to vomit a few times. Okay. Now, it's going to be times where you're going to be blowing your nose and mucus and parasite. Little bugs are going to be coming out. And if you look really close on your tissue, you're going to see them like moving around like little worms.
No.
All right. And when you move your bowels, if you are brave enough to look in the toilet, you will see the worms coming out because the elixir, those two herbs that are combined, it suffocates them and chokes them out. So the only way they're trying to get out your body as fast as they can.
And we all know, people. You all know that you do have parasites in your body. So this is
Everything
this
has
is yeah. So
parasites.
this is the
It's parasites in the air.
Lord have mercy. Look, I'm talking about all these details. I don't know if it's age or what that's making me talk about jump to all these things because you have so much more besides detox. But this is like really piquing my curiosity.
No,
But
and people need to do it because a lot of times that's where it stems from. Depression, anxiety, obesity,
but you have all these
cancer.
toxins in your
Yes,
body.
you have all of these parasites, tapeworms, different kind of worms eating at your brain, eating at your nerve system. You not being you. You're angry. Your body is glitching out. So
This is crazy.
yeah, so I always ask people, when's the last time you detox? Have you did a colon detox? At least have you purged your stomach? When's the last time, or have you ever done a blood detox, you know? So things like that.
No, yeah, you asked me that question. You asked me. I was like, no. But then you told me about the 24-hour the liquid. What's it? The liquid
That's the
and
parasite. Which
that's
one are you talking about?
no, that was one, and you said it has to be all greens because I was like 24
Oh,
hour
so
juice
I
liquid. I
told
could do
you
that.
for you. So I was like, if on like prepping your body to do a heavy detox, do a small one.
Hmm.
Pace yourself, you know,
Right.
do a 72-hour cleanse. You can do a 3-day grapefruit detox, and that's really good because
Uh-huh.
it boosts or speeds up your metabolism. So now
Okay.
your body's already active and ready to like process and release 10 times faster, right? Or you can do a 3-day fruit and vegetable cleanse, right? You could do day one a green detox and
But it's
make
a
sure
nasty green. It doesn't have bananas in it or apples or pineapples to make it sweet. It's
it
like
can have
plain
apples if they green,
okay.
but no, I'm
Just like
sorry, but no bananas.
ugh,
Yes, this is a full green machine, and throw a ginger root in there to heat up your belly. So, yes. And then the
okay.
second day, you want to do a fruit. You want to do a fruit, maybe some pineapple, maybe, oh man, I didn't write it down. It's not on the top of my head, but there's many different 3-day fruit juice detox.
Hmm.
I just did, well, I didn't eat no food today, so I could just tell you what I did today. So this rising, I had a protein shake first with some sea moss, right? With 1 tablespoon of sea moss. Then I had 16 ounce of fresh pineapple juice that I juiced yesterday.
See, I could do
And
that.
then
Yeah.
I had 32 ounces of pink coconut water, right?
Pink
And
coconut water.
yes, pink. I don't really like white coconut water unless it's this brand. I shouldn't even be endorsing them.
I never even, yeah, I never, honestly, never even drank it. I never had coconut water.
No,
I don't like coconuts. I don't like it.
I don't like coconuts either. That's no,
Yeah.
that's an understatement. You know what it is? The fresh ones. Because when I went to Puerto Rico and he chopped it off and stuff, I'm like, can you get there's a little bit of dirt on there? Maybe it was the that illusion, but the fresh coconuts from those they irritate my tongue.
Okay.
I don't know why, but like if it's in I
A
don't want to
can?
say process because I guess it is process, right?
Yeah, it's
Process
processed. There's other stuff in it.
yeah, but I usually get vegan and I only go for the ones that have 2 to 3 ingredients max. And if they're lying to me, I could sue them because now you're lying to me. But
False
I
advertisement.
right. So this one is Mojo coconut water, and this is the white coconut water. So I like this one
Uh-huh.
versus versus Whole Foods brand, which is the
Mhm.
360 white one. And I don't like Via Via or this. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that brand,
I
but
have
I
to
don't like
try
them
one.
either. It's so
And what
much
does that do
sugar
for you?
cane. It's so much sugar cane in that brand. It's too sweet. Well, coconut. What coconut do for you? Girl, it boosts your immune.
I don't
It
told you I am not healthy. I am look, you're talking to the right one. I'm not.
it really hydrates your cells when you drink it. So a lot of times lately, because our water system is getting so polluted and so toxic, we are
Okay.
not really getting oxygen from our water system. So right now, the best oxygen, if it's not spring water in a glass bottle, is coconut water because
Okay.
coconut water um, puts back oxygen in the cells. So when you drink it, you'll feel that cold effect. It really pours through all your organs. You feel it,
I'll
everything.
try one. I'll try one this weekend.
Try one.
I'll try
Try.
one.
Look, look, look. You got a Whole Foods in your town?
No.
All right. All right. Never mind. Just try to find a
Look
pink
for
coconut. Try
try.
pink coconut juice first. I
Okay.
think you will like that. That tastes much better.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I try to do. I try to do a balance of everything. You know, because I'm still young. I can
I
kind of
know.
still eat how I want to eat, but I'm being conscious because at 45, I want to eat how I want to eat if I choose to, and
Hmm.
not have to worry about prior or previous or current things, health issues wise. So I'm just mindful about that and just wanting to do something nice for me because this is the only body and she works all the time. She don't get no vacations. My so I might as
Yeah.
well help her keep going
Hmm.
in the healthy way.
Now you do when people go to your page, they'll see that you have a whole line of everything. I mean, like you do it. We only just hit like the detoxing thing and stuff like that, but you have everything. You have the smudge sticks and you have the
Yes.
um
I have
all
one with me right now. So this is my white sage infused with lavender. So this is fresh lavender buds
okay.
infused with white sage. So smudging is really good because it really helps purify your space.
See,
It
I have
removes,
those.
yes.
Yeah. I'm
I
probably
advise
doing it
everyone
wrong.
to get it. I
Probably
advise
doing it wrong.
everyone because it's good. It really, you can really feel the difference. And when you have
You
tension
can.
in your home,
You
when you
can.
have tension in your body and when your
Yeah.
chakras are tight, when they're not flowing, because you want your chakras to flow. And
Hmm.
that's how you also wake your Kundalini energy because it is a snake. So look, but that's deeper. I'm not getting, let's
Okay.
stay on
Yeah,
topic.
because we don't have much time. We got 6 minutes.
We don't. But smudging is really good. I have 4 different types of smudge sticks on my website. I have pure white sage, I have lavender white sage, I have dragon blood sage, and I have our 7 chakra sage. My top sellers are dragon blood and 7 chakras, and then the other 2 after. So different types of sage enact different uh, abilities, or would you say this sage that I just showed you, which is the lavender sage, is really good for nightmares, for negative energy around bedtime, for astral projecting. You want to clear the environment so you can astro. It helps you recall your dreams. If you're a person who dreams so heavy, but as soon as you wake up and you're up for about a minute, you can't recall anything. This clears the environment. That means it's a lot of spirits or energy clouding your aura when you're coming back to, the conscious.
Hmm.
So this helps with that. Then
Hmm.
Dragon blood sage is really good. Not only is it good for your respiratory area, but it's also good for ritual practices. If you're doing any type of releasing, abundance, drawing, it's really good for purifying the area, keeping the area safe and guarded, and
Hmm.
also keeping negative spirits and energies at bay. So that's the
Dragon blood.
tops. That's dragon blood sage, but it's
Okay.
also good if you're moving into a new home,
Uh-huh.
if you're getting out of a bad, relationship, or you have some people in your house that just left a
It's
nasty
a bad
feeling.
energy. Yeah, just
That's a very potent house cleanser because it really attacks the negative energy and makes it come out. It just draws it out. Woo. Because that
okay.
dragon blood is a sacred resin. It's about from what they can date back, but I know it's older than that in my soul. But from what the text says, dragon blood resin is about 3,000 years old, and it
Mhm.
was first used in ancient Kemet, and then really settled in Asia and Central America. So it's really good. Like when warriors, I'm gonna give you another example for dragon blood. Like when men used to go to war, they'll
Mhm.
use this in a purification ceremony so they wouldn't have PTSD, or they didn't say PTSD back then, but they'll say demons roaming in the mind. So they'll split the men's back, just a slit, and draw a little bit of blood, but also cleanse them with the dragon blood and put mullein leaf in the wound. And that's a purification so that they wouldn't have that negative energy and the chaos energy from war in their blood still, that they can release it. So that's a little history tip, a little knowledge about dragon blood
Yeah.
sage. Oh,
Okay.
and the other one, the seven chakra sage is really good because a lot of people's like, what sage should I buy to unlock my third eye or my crown or my throat? And the seven chakra sage is pure white sage with seven different type of rose petals, different colors to
Mhm,
signify each chakra. And I write affirmations. You can download the affirmations from my IG page, and
mhm.
you read these affirmations, and you spend about 15 to 20 seconds on each chakra, and you do circular motions, and you open and you clear the energy. And you do that for as many times as you need to, but no more than 30 minutes a day.
Oh, wow. Can you do all these sages at the same time? Or
Why
is
would
it
you? I mean,
like if you're really trying to make it happen, like do you
I
know?
I mean, they're all powerful in their own way. So you wouldn't
Okay.
really need multiple. Like sometimes if I'll do sage, I'll hit it with Palo Santo, just because Palo Santo is the holy stick, and it's a different type of smell and it's a different type of temperament when you're doing energy work with the Palo Santo mixed with the sage. So I'll do something like that. But I don't need multiple sages when I'm doing my thing, especially when I'm cleansing a client right before our session, when I'm doing chakra alignments on myself or on animals, because I also do Reiki on animals. Um, it's enough. It's more than enough. If that's
Okay. Well, I jumped into your time, so you only got like 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
no
I said
worries, no
to
worries.
tell
This was
what you want. Just go ahead and
absolutely. So, you can definitely find me at www.anjalisoulsense.com. I ship to all 50 states. I recently just shipped to Alaska like 2 weeks ago.
congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, if you order over $100, it's free shipping and you get a free gift from me. So it's always random. So look out for that. Also, I'm open to doing bookings for distant Reiki sessions. So if you're interested in booking a Reiki session and you don't live in Jersey or New York, that's okay. Head over to my website, book a distant healing, and we can do it virtually.
That's what's up. I'm gonna put my order in tonight. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna try this
Yes.
again. And I'm gonna do it right because I really there's a couple
Thank you.
things I really wanted. There were
Okay.
two things.
Yes, look, and I got you. I just made a fresh batch of Irish sea moss gel last night. I got to do 2 deliveries tomorrow once I get off. And yeah, so I
Yes,
got
see.
you.
I'm gonna try to see. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'll probably end up giving it away after I try it
No,
a couple of times.
no.
I'll be like, I'm
Don't
gonna
do
try
that because there's multiple ways you can use it. So if you don't like how it tastes raw, just like eating it,
it.
because you are new to it, and I would not advise that. I
Okay,
always tell beginners to put it in a smoothie, put it in your tea. You know what
okay,
I'm saying? It goes great with tea. Oh my God.
okay. I'm gonna try it.
You
I'm
know
gonna.
what and stir it up. Make sure it dissolves.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a gel. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna have my order into you tonight.
Okay,
So when
perfect.
you
I
see it
can't wait.
come, all right, because you're gonna be like this crazy girl. But yeah, I appreciate you. I learned
No,
so much
absolutely.
tonight.
Absolutely. And that's my
Um,
goal. That's my goal because in my community growing up, it wasn't that much knowledge. And it
absolutely
was a
not.
lot of false solutions to
Mhm.
long-term issues. So my goal is to educate my community and other communities, but also getting us back to the foundations of Earth. She has
Foundation,
everything we need here.
everything, everything. So, wow. So thank you. You guys go over to www.enjoli soul keeps
It's okay. It's another way. Like my mom said, if people have, it's like on Joe,
Anjali.
Jolie. Yeah.
Anjali. Go to Anjali.
Yes.
And you'll love everything you see. You'll mess around and have a full cart. She's out here teaching people, teaching us, her community, how to change our way of eating, how to cleanse our body of all those nasty parasites and all that nasty stuff. She's located in Newark,
Newark.
New
Yep.
Jersey.
Hmm.
So she's a Jersey girl, and I'm here for it. So thank you. Um, for people that are listening, if you want to, next week is my 2-year anniversary. Tea Time with Bunky 2-year anniversary. Yes, on April 15th. If you want to send me a quick little video shout out, I'm trying to come out with a little thing.
Collage. Oh, that's so
And
cute.
so you guys can be on the video if you want. So send me a little message in my messenger or one of those little things, and I'll make sure you're on. So you guys tune in next week, next Thursday. And also remember tonight at 9 p.m. Telling you, download it and hear yourself. It's so different. Tonight at 9 on LLR Ohio, Tattoo Shop Radio, Sasquatch Boot Hill Radio, Cuzzo FM Radio. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. WAP the Music FM, Culture Shock Radio, Southern Soul Go Radio, and Sunday, Godfidence Radio. So you guys make sure you tune in, download it, support, go to VGN, follow the webpage. I'm telling you, it's the one-stop shop. So you guys have a fabulous night. Enjoy your tea, get your sea moss and all that stuff. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Thank you again,
Yes.
Anjoli. I said it right,
Yes.
Anjoli?
Yes, you did. Have a
Okay,
good night. Rich rest into everyone. Peace and love.
okay.